members to build
Greeting,
confidence
folks.
in U.S. elections.
Greetings.
This decision by the Supreme Court.
NPR this morning discussing the Supreme Court and the bullshit with you know who. I am prepared to be disappointed. I am prepared to see the Supreme Court do something completely wrong, which is to side with Trump. That would be really bad if it happens, but it really could. The world is upside down. Cheers, people. It's Monday, the 8th of January. And how's the weather in your area? There's all this blizzard warning throughout the states, even here in Nebraska. So far this morning, there's nothing, but we are under a weather advisory. I'm hoping that Omaha gets to slide past because I actually have a busy day today with David Nance and Mode Sound. We already had to reschedule once due to complications with schedules. We have a photo shoot and a video shoot today, which I'm happy about. I'm excited. It's like, doing the rock and roll thing. Promo. I've actually have laundry going now so I can wear my favorite black sweater, but I have to take a couple of changes of clothes because I don't know the scenario of the video, but I was told to bring a couple changes of clothes. So this will be interesting and hopefully fun. I really like David Nance as a person. This has a lot to do with why I play with him. His music is really low on the list of what I listen to. The type of thing he does. Yeah, I'll be shaving before I go. But as a person and playing the music with him and feeling him while he's playing his songs, that's a different experience. Along those lines, I could enjoy playing music with almost anyone in a sincere setting. For example, if I had the chance to play with Willie Nelson, I would love that. I have a lot of respect and love for Willie Nelson, among other people that I don't talk about and I don't collect. Just to throw that out. I've had 2 days of company in a row now. And I can easily go a week without seeing anyone in the house. So these last 2 days, I've had a house full of people. Yesterday, my friend Nick, not the one who lost his father, my other younger friend Nick, he was here almost all day yesterday, and it was wonderful. Excuse me. We played some music. I'll show and talk about that. But I really value my friendships. I love being my age and being able to share my perspective with people who are younger, who care to hear what I'm thinking. It helps me because, I can check my perspective about so many things. My young friend is very, very intelligent. He's the one I told you who I met him through smoking weed at a local art gallery owned by a friend who I haven't seen in a while. And then Nick got to the point where he realized, as we were getting to know each other better, that the weed was a problem for him, and he stopped. And he's stopped smoking for maybe almost 2 years now. And he's doing things, trying to improve himself, and he's doing a lot of the typical, what I call typical milestones in the human world that we've set up, which is now he went to church yesterday, I guess for the first time in ever. I had a great conversation about that because I respect people and what they need to do. But we were able to talk about my experience with the church and how I have literally basically no respect for most organized religions. And it was neat to be able to talk to Nick about, because he was using the word belief a lot. And I said, do you ever think about what you mean when you say the word belief? So just right quick, then I'll show the records we listened to. So I said, there's a whole lot of focus and weight on belief in the world. And yet our beliefs facts, or our beliefs, rather, positions of perspective with regard to situations and facts. And we were both able to agree that it's really more that, beliefs aren't facts. And yet the way that humans operate, we operate as though what we believe is factual, when in fact we can believe anything. Then we got into talking about the Bible, because I've studied, I've been to monastery as well as the study I did. So I've read the Bible, and that was wonderful, because we were able to establish the Bible doesn't prove that there is a God. But that's not a fact. Anyway, some of you folks who are believers, if you get triggered by what I say and you don't like it, just too fucking bad. This is my opinion. You have your purview and I have mine. You do not own reality, and neither do I. So I'm just sharing what I think. It was a wonderful conversation. And we listened to music. I started a new piece of music yesterday. Again, I just love it. My friends James and Blake, they inspire me. So when we get together, I find myself thinking of more music. So I started up a whole new piece yesterday. Played that for Nick when he first came over. Really, kind of blew his mind, because I showed him my process, and it's already sounding really good. And he was kind of like, damn, he said, boy, thank you, Nick. But the conversation was wonderful, and we talked about a lot of things, and I really value this person. He's intelligent, and a sign of one sign of a lot of intelligent people is that they don't think of themselves as, I'm super smart. They're rather doubtful of themselves, and that is, and sometimes it works in their favor, and sometimes not. I know, because I go through it. He's a humble, very decent human being, unlike most politicians that I'm observing through the media and the results of their actions. They don't seem to be very decent people to me. Okay, to get to the music. So we played, besides my music, Florian. I hope you see this. I actually will send a link, because we listened to the new Florian Arbenz album, Inland, all the way through. And my friend Nick is not a musician. He likes music, and he's really more of a soul boy than anything. Mainly likes black music. So when this was playing, I asked him to pick some stuff out, and I'll show what he picked, and we listened to that all the way through too. But as we were talking, this came up, and I decided to put it on. This is excellent. This is excellent modern jazz. And my friend Nick's response to it seals the deal. He's not a jazzer. And it kept drawing his attention. That says a lot right there. This is really beautifully understated. As I said before, Christy Duran, who was in the band Ohm, plays on here on guitar, smokes. And Florian's drumming is very sensitive, nuanced, and he is tight and inventive. That was a great listen yesterday. The record that Nick chose to play, because he started to look, he'll sit over here, and I just really appreciate him. He says, when I sit over here, I sit with my back to this wall, and realized that I'm sitting behind a major art piece. I said, "You're right. I love to have people browse and pick something to play. Pick something." He picks so wonderful. He picked this Omni Sightseeing by Hiromi Hosono, and we played this all the way through. Hosono is, to me, one of my musical gods. I'll put it like that. He is, to me, one of the greatest musical minds. This came out in 1989. When we first started talking about it, I kept misquoting it, saying, I think this came out in mid-90s, 1993. And then I refreshed myself by looking at, the information, because this was mind-blowing. This blew Nick's mind. 1989. The artwork, number one, first, it's just beautiful. I started it on side 2 with Laugh Gas. And this is Omni Sightseeing. It's like taking a trip around the world through music in so many words. And this is fantastic. And the thing that kept happening while we're talking and listening is we get to a certain point, and then the next piece of music was thrown on the album, and Nick would say, "Are we still listening to Hiromi Hosono?" I'd say, "Yes." And he would say, "This is amazing." Hosono does a really cool version of Duke Ellington's Caravan on here. And that caught Nick's attention, almost everything did. But I said, "So have you ever heard this melody before? Have you heard this song before? Do you know this song?" He says, "No, I don't think so." I saw it play for a minute. I said, "So now, even though this is your first time hearing it, does that melody sound familiar in a way?" And he said, "It really does." I said, "That's the power of music, the power of, you probably heard it somewhere because it's ubiquitous. Caravan's been played by so many people. Movies, cartoons." I said, "You've heard it before." Wonderful visit. So that's what we actually listen to besides my music. That was another comment that I was able to share. I said, "Isn't it ironic that one of my primary vices in this world is collecting records? Got a house full, and yet I actually find myself spending a lot of time listening to myself and creating music. Isn't that funny?" And I love it. I love that that's where I'm at in my life. We talked about that too, because he's just turned 29, turned 29 on December 26th. And he's ambitious, and he just visited Ireland with his family last year. And we were talking about that, if you were to sell the records, what would you do? Are you ever tempted to sell them? And I said, "Well, no, because all I'd want to do is buy a record." He says, "Well, don't you want to do anything else?" I said, "I do want to do other things, but my perspective is I don't really want to travel right now. The world is, everyone is doing what people do. Like everything's just normal, because it is, while it's all falling apart. But I really don't feel like going out and about in the world. I don't. There's things I want to see, but like, for example, I want to see some of the wonders of the world, like Machu Picchu and the pyramids. But the way that I would be able to see it is in a touristy way, and that's not what I want. I'd still get to see it, but that's not what I want." And then I was talking to Blake about this last year when he got back from the cruise he did, because he played on a cruise ship for a month, made good money. And they were all up and down the Pacific, the Bahamas. Where else did they go? Off of Florida, down in that area. And he said, what was tragic is that here we come on this luxury liner, crew pull into port to the one part, because they went to Haiti too, and Bermuda. He went to Bermuda. And so you come into the shiny part of the island, the tourist part. That's the only part that's rebuilt. And then because Blake is like me, when he wasn't working, he wanted to see the real world, so he went out. And the whole island of Haiti is just Bermuda is still destroyed. So I'm not really interested in the false narrative that is pushed by people with money, which is, well, we preserve the things for the people with money to keep making money, but everyone else just goes to hell. We can't make any money off of rebuilding the actual um, communities that people lost in the tragedies of the storms. So they're just sitting there in piles all over the world, and it's just building up. I don't want to see that. I do enjoy my days really rather completely here at home, and having company this weekend just really was icing on the cake. I just really enjoyed my time with folks, good people. So I'm going to sign off here because I'm doing laundry. Got to go check. Looking forward to. I'll try to remember, because a lot of times when I'm doing things, I forget about the phone. A lot of people, first thing you do is pull out the phone and take pictures, but I'll be too busy doing what I'm doing, being where I'm at. So if I remember, I'll try to remember to take at least a couple of pictures, maybe a quick video of us doing the video shoot with David Nance Mode Sound today. And again, I hope that you're doing okay with this weather. Take care, people.